So we are on record. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today on Love, Life, and Relationships, we have James back on the line, and we're going to continue on with our conversation. James, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I am doing amazing, as always. Last conversation was pretty good, pretty amazing. There was a lot of feedback. I got phone calls and everything talking about how your relationship seemed similar to other people's relationship, and also like how women treat men. So we're going to dig into it a little bit more. By the first time she cheated on you, weren't married then, right?
Right.
Okay. You said that the guy said that he bet that she wouldn't be faithful to you, or she wasn't faithful to you, which made me think he was kind of dry snitching on a low, that really he was trying to get a rise and a reaction out of you because he already knew he was cheating with her. So can you elaborate a little bit on what did you end up finding out about their relationship and what happened between you and the guy? Because I don't know too many men that are going to let that fly, that because it was kind of like he was a little bit playing in your face. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. But, back then, I wasn't driving. Like I said, we was all working together. I was working, doing some other work. And when he was saying, cause we always talk. A lot of guys, we always be talking and going on. But when he said that, it just threw me out the blue because I thought everything was cool. And I just started paying attention. Like he told me, I said, well, just pay attention and start watching. And I started watching, and happily I did, kind of see they was been a little bit, too close, but, and I walked up to her and I asked her what was going on. As the typical say, it ain't nothing going on. But over time, like I said, I went over to her mother's house for something I just had left from over there. But I went home to do some work around my house, and something just kept telling me to go back to her mother's house. So about a couple hours later, I went back, and the guy was over there. And like I said, she just started acting like, she was like she trying to get away, run or something. And I kind of, let her have a moment with it. And I went on and left, and I come back, said I'll be back around about 6, 7. I get it. It's been over 30-something years, and I still remember it like it was yesterday.
So it bothered you?
I used to tell her, in order to get closure, you got to talk, and never had the closure. But anyway, they was arguing about it. Mother telling me, don't start nothing. And like I told her, I don't want to start. If you want to be with somebody else, it's fine. Because, there's a lot of people out there. But I did love her, I ain't gonna lie. I do. I still do. I ain't gonna lie.
So did you find out any details, like really about their relationship, like how long they were messing around? If all of y'all are working...
About a year. I know it was over about a year. Because I had stopped messing with her because of that.
That was before he told you?
Yeah, no, she never would say how long. She kept saying that they wasn't messing around, but I know they were.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, said it stopped right then, but it didn't.
Right.
Right. But I just always I like to pay attention to what's going on.
So that situation you feel like you never got closure on, and that's something that you want to get closure on.
Right. What happened? Why? What caused it to happen like that? Why couldn't you come and talk to me, and maybe we could have resolved a lot of things? But communicating, that's not going to tell anybody anything.
Okay, so I just want to say this, and don't take it the wrong way, okay? So to me, you want to get closure on the cheating part of the situation, but you never wanted closure on if the kids were yours part.
I still would love to do it, but I think it would hurt a lot of things now, because all the kids are grown and have grandkids. What if I found out they wasn't mine? I know I would say something. I would never could just keep it to myself that part.
Right.
So why should I hurt their lives? if she's the mother, she should be honest with them that he's not your father or he is your father. It ain't that you can sit there. A lot of people say, oh, I know he's the father. But look at, was that Morris show?
Yeah.
Only women swear these men are the father. They're coming in there, got to go fall out. You know, that don't make sense.
It
Be
doesn't.
honest. What has happened with the kid, and they need something from the father. And then it'd be a sad day to go in the hospital to find out you're not the father.
Right. So you don't see where those two things are the same. So why would you want to hurt yourself even with the other part of finding out the details of the relationship if you're not willing to find out everything?
Well, I mean, I would love to know. I mean, I definitely would love to know without a shadow of a doubt. But, I mean, I don't know how I would react. But I would like to know. Just be honest with you. I would like to know for a fact. Because then I can look at, well, what has she played me all these years? And them kids not mine.
Right.
Then you turn up, find out they not mine. Now, I don't have nothing, no family to leave behind, all because of the lie she told.
Well, do you think she did it intentionally or out of maliciousness? Or do you think it was basically her being young and not fully understanding or comprehending the ramifications of her actions at that time?
I really don't know. I feel like a lot of women just do it because whatever man that she feels gonna take care of her and them kids, that's gonna be the father of the kids.
Do you blame her?
Even though they're not.
Do you blame her?
Yeah. If you're big enough to sleep with them, you should be big enough to let them be the father.
That's a fact, but do you see where... So you know any details about that guy? Because would it have been that you would be taking care of her, but he would not have? Because women sleep with men that, let's be honest, those guys have no intentions on taking care of her family, anything that comes along with that woman. They just want sex.
Right.
But then it sounds like there's guys like you that I could kind of almost cut short on the sex, but I know you're going to take care of me. So if I have sex with you once or twice, then everything's going to be great and you're going to be fine. You're going to be, but the other dude is not going to put up with that. So it's almost like you're cutting yourself short for love, which is wonderful because loving is a good thing. But at the end of the day, you got to love yourself first. You don't let anybody take advantage of you. And it seems like to me like you've been taken advantage of.
Right. It ain't just her fault. It's my fault because I could have. Any day, any time, I could have just went on and walked away.
Facts. Because we all have gone through it, so don't get it messed up. It might not be to that extent, but we all have been guilty or, of falling in love with somebody and maybe not cut them off when we should.
Right.
So it's not just a thing where you did that. It's a lot of people have done that.
Right. And, everybody plays a role, and good or bad. Is the role you play, and a lot of times you don't know, especially that what kids need that father figure around to enlighten them. Like now, my kids know, because I tell them that, you need to know everything. You need to, if she ain't communicating with you, if she have a kid, no matter what, you get a DNA, I don't care what she say or what you do, you still get that DNA.
So how old are your sons?
You don't know what a person doing. You don't know what they're saying. They tell you one thing and it be something different.
Right. How old are your sons now?
The oldest one is probably about 42. And then the other one is probably about, I had one pass, he about 35. He would have been 35. And then I had one 34 and 33.
Okay, so condolences on the son that you lost. Do they know any of this? Like that they could potentially you could not be their father?
I think they do, because I have said in front of them. I have. And told her, because the guy that I thought might be my son, the one that we supposed to have sex and have. And the guy I seen, he favors him, but that don't really mean that he's not mine, or if he is, a DNA would have handled it. But that's the one that done passed now.
Okay.
I think you should know. I think a woman should be a woman enough, and she's woman enough to lay it down. She should be woman enough to make sure whoever the father is, be the real father.
Right.
And should know. Like our oldest son, I'm not his real father, but I made sure that he know his father. She got mad because the grandkids, I carried them all out there so that he could meet his grandkids.
Right. So she didn't want them seeing their grandfather?
Right. They didn't know it. I mean, they ain't the only person grandfather they know is me.
Right.
And that's not fair. Even though if he wasn't a good dad or good whatever, I don't remember him doing anything for him because I took care of that boy myself. But for that, I think it should have been more what's the word? She could have had more respect for me to take a kid in that wasn't mine, but treat him just like he's mine.
Right.
But women take that for granted. Oh, that man come in and he take care of my kid. Oh, I can treat him any kind of way, and that's not right.
No, that's not right. Definitely. Can I take you back a little bit though? So you said it in front of the kids. Was this in the middle of an argument, or you guys were just talking, or how was that done?
No, just basically talking. I don't like to do all that arguing. I mean, I really don't. But I mean, it do happen sometimes, but I don't really like the argument. I'm going to say what I need to say. Let me say what I need to say and listen. And then if you feel like you need to say something, give me a moment. Let me say what I need. Then you say whatever you need.
Right. So what did the kids say?
When you try to jump in and say something while I'm saying it, you want to turn it around and make it about me instead of we talking about you. If we talk about you, let's talk about you.
What did the kids say? Anything?
No, they don't ever say nothing. They just say, Dad, if you're not, it's going to be real hurtful to find out. If you're not, I mean, and like I tell them, I wouldn't love them no less.
Right.
I mean, I done built that relationship with them. It don't matter.
Exactly. So another thing you were saying during our last conversation was that when you try to talk about it, she basically goes in and saying, trying to turn it back to you. But you're saying that you said that she cheated first, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
So when you told her that you cheated, how did that go?
That was she said, I know you've been doing it anyway. I said, no, you're a lie. I just did it.
Right.
I say, because if everybody else doing it, that ain't what I wanted. I wanted real love. I want somebody that I guess is a movie life where I can have somebody I can love, opening the door. I don't mind. I wouldn't even mind taking my jacket off and throw it out there and she can step across a puddle of water.
So you want the fairy tale love, the Romeo and Juliet.
Right.
Although you do know Romeo and Juliet died.
Right. But if you die in love, we'll do another.
Okay.
I mean, if it's real love, but why be artificial love and die and never know?
So you believe in fairy tales? You believe that you can have the happily ever after?
I would wish you could, but at this age and time, I don't think so. Because, I mean, I see so many relationships, the way they go, everybody say they want love, but that ain't what they want.
That makes me sad for you because I still believe in fairy tales. And I believe that person is actually out there. And you and I have talked a little bit off camera and all of these things. So, we do know a little bit about each other. And I believe that one specific person that is designed, and I'm saying designed to love you, is out there. It may take us a little bit of time to maybe run into that person, and maybe we need to grow and heal, and healing is a lifelong process, and I keep telling people that. But some of the lessons, so everything that you went through was a lesson. There was something that we were supposed to learn, in that relationship, building you for the one perfect love that you're designed to have. You have been very patient. as far from what I understand and from what I hear in your relationship, you have been very loving. You have been very giving. You have gone above and beyond from what it sounds like to me. And there's two sides to every story. So we're not just going to take your side, because she could have an explanation that would make everything sound, oh, okay, well, I thought he did. And sometimes people do things without thinking, but thinking. I thought they did this, or I thought they did that, and the person didn't do shit to you. You see what I'm saying? But because we felt some type of way, that's where the singing comes in. Don't make permanent decisions off temporary feelings. So you being over the road a lot, because there's a lot of women that deal with truck drivers, and I know a lot of truck drivers get cheated on because of the fact that they're always gone 24/7, and then it's easy for truck drivers to have relationships in different cities and different states. And the woman that's at home, they think they're being stupid or playing this role that I'm waiting on you. Meanwhile, you're out over the road, sleeping with this woman and that woman and all types of things. And then that's when Jody comes in, because I'm taking it that was a Jody that came in your door or was allowed in, because there was time that was given for a person to say, okay, well, he's not around, so I'm gonna sneak a little bit. And since you don't know the details of it, because when I asked you, like, was it because that she thought you did something, like, okay, well, you're not around, so that's not giving me time. But to me, honestly, I feel like if a man is taking care of you, paying all the bills, you got brand new cars, you got your house is taken care of, your kids are taken care of, why is it that you can't stay to yourself? Why is it hard? Because when he comes home, if he's showing you the proper love and attention, it shouldn't matter as long as he's doing the right thing. And we can't just automatically assume that, okay, every man that's out working is cheating, because that's not the case.
All right, that's it. But like, even with that, if you calling, you communicating, if you communicating with a person, you'll know kind of what they're doing. If you communicating all through throughout the day, if you're saying you love them, you want to hear from them.
Right.
But if you're not calling and talking to them to see how their things going, you can assume that. But when a person trying to call you and talk to you and tell you, oh, well, 3 o'clock in the morning, I need you to call and talk to me so I can make this run to make sure our family having what we need to have.
Right.
But you get on the phone like you're so tired that you don't want to talk, or you don't want to do this. The person should be feeling that something ain't right. Is the one that's out there provide.
Right. You said she cheated twice. Was it with the same person?
No, it was different.
So the second time, you said the first time you and her and the person all worked together. So do you know any details about the second person?
No. Only thing I know, I just started coming home more regular, because he was saying, well, you need to be home more. So I would get jobs where I could come home every night.
Right.
I leave about 3 or 4 in the morning, and I come back probably about 3 or 4 in the afternoon, 5 o'clock, something like that, truck drive. We got different hours.
Right.
It's never the same every day. And then at that time, my mother wasn't doing good, so I had moved her in and I had hired a lady to come in and help her. And she was saying, well, they don't need me being here and that woman here with your mother. I can go be at my mother's, whatever. Okay, that's fine. But she was helping with the kids, and that was great. And she decided her and her friend girls, she said, going on vacation. And instead of calling, and I feel she deserved it because she was helping me with my mother.
Right.
But when I called, she wouldn't answer the phone. I didn't know what was going on. I thought maybe it was an accident or something.
Right.
And come to find out, started looking through the phone records, which I shouldn't say, but I did, to try to find out someone that was with her, to try to get a number to make sure she was okay. And find out some number was in there, some guy she had, it was number. And so called him and come to find out this is the guy she was messing with, and come to find out, the guy, they done went on vacation together.
So how did that make you feel?
It made me feel bad. Right then, work wasn't going as good back then, so I wasn't making as good, but I mean, I was doing good, doing steady. But I just said, you know, if I could have went, I would have went, but I didn't really have the money at that time to go where she was at. And it might have been good. That might have been God, because I probably would have been locked up with me talking to you now. But anyway, you know, it just make, you know, it helped you to see, you know, people say they go to church, they serving God, then they're hooping and hollering and shouting going on, and then it makes you wonder why. Why are they doing all of this?
When they doing something different.
If you're serving God and you doing what you feel is right, why would you have to be doing that?
Right.
And I'm here to give you, if you ask for sex, you got it. It ain't no coming in and say, oh, I asked my husband for sex and he didn't get it. Anytime, anywhere, any place, anyhow, she could get it.
Right.
So, I mean, I don't understand it.
So what happened when she got back home?
Oh, she was scared. I guess she was scared to come home, so she went to a friend girl's house and stayed for about 3 or 4 months. I guess she, you know, was still probably trying to see her boo. And she come, you know, wanting to come back and stuff. No, go back and make sure. It so happened I messed around and got the boo's phone. You know, I got his number and talked to him. Find out all the information.
How'd that work out? What he said?
I told him, you know, if y'all love each other and y'all feel this way about each other, come and get her stuff and y'all go stay together.
What did he say?
He said he don't want that. He said, I don't want her.
That's always the way, huh?
Yeah.
They just want the sex. They don't want the
relationship.
Yeah, and they don't want all the problems that come along with it. Because if you cheat with me, then you're gonna cheat on me.
Yeah. Well, and then again, he was married too.
Oh God.
That was the thing. He was married. I mean, I could have went and probably said something to his wife, but you know how we talked a little bit out there. I don't do that. I'm not gonna hurt somebody for me to get the power.
Right.
You know, to make me feel good. That might be the right word. I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
So that's between him and her.
So you didn't want to blow up his spot?
Yeah, no, I wasn't going to. I mean, at all costs. I mean, only relationship I have to worry about is mine.
Right. That is true.
It's not hers, you know, I mean, I called him a couple times, you know, and talk, but it didn't stop a little. It stopped after a while, I guess, but it didn't stop right then. But like I told her, he's so much better, and I might have used it wrong. I'm that zero, and he the hero. Go be with the hero. Why be here with a zero?
But the hero didn't want her. The hero couldn't take care of him. The hero already had another family, so
right.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what made you take her back though? After that,
take her back, but I did call like the police to try to keep, you know, the peace for her not to be there, and they said there's no way I could go to jail if I didn't let her back in.
Okay, so how did she get back in?
Okay, I had to let her back in. Or she could do a warrant because I wouldn't let her come back home.
Okay. So how did she get back home?
She drove.
I know, but how? What did she say? What were the words?
Come back in, but, you know, over time, did she come talking about, oh, we need to work it out. But when she came back, I'm trying to make sure I tell you the right truth, everything right. I don't like to tell a lie.
Me either.
Yeah, I just told her, you know, I think she came back, but we was in different rooms, and then I had been in an accident, and I had to get emergency surgery, but she was there. I mean, she was there to make sure I was good. But then before I went back to work, I was out for so many years, and I needed some help paying the bills, but I made it work for a few years. And she gonna tell me, I've been paying her bills for over 30 some years. She gonna say, do I need to help you again? And I moved out. When she said that, I moved into one of our other houses, and I just stayed there for over about a year and a half.
So you were paying.
Started coming.
You were paying her bills for 30 years, and you needed her help one time, and that's what she said to you?
Yeah, it was probably she helped me one time, and then, it was like about 3 months, and then this next time they called and said something about she called me and said I need to make a payment, and if I didn't make it by Friday, that they were going to cancel the insurance. That's what it was about, some insurance. Mm-hmm. And I said, well, just pay the insurance and I'll pay you Friday. I just started back working that Wednesday. The next Friday, that insurance was due.
Right.
And she didn't want to pay it. So I made it back in time to get it paid.
But not a red flag to you?
Yeah, it was a red flag. That's why I moved out. For somebody to tell you, you done helped them all these years, and they tell you, I had to help you again. And that's, she tried to justify it now. Well, I might not have had the money. Well, if you didn't have the money, all you would have said, I don't have the money. You wouldn't have said that.
Right.
I don't think.
Rewind. Do you think that you let her come back because you really, really love this lady? Do you think this woman is your soulmate?
No, I don't think so. Not now. No. I used to, because I mean, we both done young. We were both young, and we both made mistakes. We both done, things we shouldn't have. But once you start getting over 40, you don't need that. You don't have to make them same mistakes all over and over again.
Right.
It's time to grow up sooner or later. I mean, you got to grow up. You can't stay. And I asked that question, and the thing is, it's me. It's not you. It's just me.
Right.
So, I mean, I don't know. And like I told her, if you got a problem with something, go get some help. We all got some demons in our closet that we need help with.
Exactly. And so at what point in time did you cheat? Was it on the first time or the second time? And how long into your marriage was this?
It was probably about, the kids were still young. I cheated 3 times. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the kids was young still then. Mm-hmm. And then, I guess after the second time when she cheated, I cheated after that. I had been faithful for a lot of years. I mean, a lot of years. And I just said, I can't do the right thing if I'm out here doing the same thing.
Right.
If you want different results, you got to do things different.
Exactly.
And so that's what I tried. But then after, I've been faithful and all that. And I told her before, when she came back, I'll never be faithful to you again.
And she accepted you back, knowing that?
Yeah, she never told me, one way or another. It never been this. I mean, she don't talk about nothing.
So y'all just live in a house?
We talk, unless I'm saying something about what she done, I need closure. I say, but if you need closure on me, we can sit down and talk about me all day. I can tell you.
So she needs closure on you is what she's saying as well?
No, she said, I forgave you.
Oh, so she said, and she doesn't bring it up?
No, unless I bring it up.
Okay, well, that's true forgiveness. So it almost seems like, so I'm going to ask you this question, and I'm only going to ask you because you said one thing as far as the kids, like you want to know, but you wouldn't want to hurt them, but you want to know this other part. Are you okay behind it? Because to me, it seems like for you to want or need closure on that situation, you're not over it. It's something that is bothering you, hurting you, making you feel offended behind the actual action of what she did. And I'm not a therapist, just so you know. You already know that. But that's what that's giving me, because people have done a lot of things to me, and I honestly don't give a damn. I learned the lesson and I moved on. Like, whatever it was that I was supposed to learn in that situation, I learned it. And some people you're just not going to get closure from. So you have to make it okay with yourself and know that, okay, that's something that I dealt with, and what parts of me are broken behind that. So that's why the question is, are you okay? Because something in you is broken behind that. So maybe it made you feel less than, it made you feel some type of way that is bothering you still to this day.
Yeah, I guess. I would like to have closure. I would like to know without a shadow of a doubt.
What? What's your question?
Yeah, to have closure to if they are mine.
Okay, so that's one of the things that's bothering you, the fact that you don't know of the kids. But what else would you like to, if she would tell you whatever it is, like whatever your question is that you wanted to ask, anything, what is the question?
Why? Why would you cheat knowing you got a man here that have your back, no matter what?
So it hurt you that she cheated?
Yeah. And don't communicate. Because if she communicates, let me know, you know what's going on. We can work it together.
Right.
You can't work something you don't know.
You said yourself that the reason why you cheated was because she cheated. So you were looking to hurt her when you did that.
Yeah.
Did it?
No. I don't think it did.
So
she said it did. I mean, even right after when she cheated this last time, she said, "Oh, how can you hurt me like that?" Now I'm saying to myself, now how can she say that to me for what she done to me?
Right. So it's like people, they can give, but they can't get.
They can't take it back. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so can we now talk about you said you cheated 3 times. The first girl that you cheated with, is that okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, so how did she make you feel that your wife didn't make you feel? Like, what about that made you feel good? And how long were you with this young lady?
It's probably about a year. Probably about a year.
Mm-hmm.
About a year. I mean, but we've been talking, and it's been that same one each time. It was that same one.
You cheated 3 times with the same female?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if I would like that if I was her.
Yeah. Yeah, I sure did.
Because I'm going to give you my reasoning behind it. I would rather have been cheated on 3 separate times with 3 different individual women, because that would show me that you really did, and this might be stupid, I don't know, that you didn't really like that person. But if you cheated 3 times with the same person, that means you really like that pussy. Something about it is very intriguing to you. Something about it made you keep coming back. I don't like that. I wouldn't like that.
I mean, I understand, but I was honest.
We're going to have to talk about that, okay? I wouldn't like that. So, apparently you like that pussy, so what about it did you like?
I mean, she'll do everything in above and below. That's what I like.
I hear you smiling. That's the thing.
It was not like.
I hear you smiling.
I like, it was really the sex.
Okay,
the ways of the sex, not the sex. The basic sex it wasn't there. It was better home, but the rest, it was whatever, and she did make me feel better, because if whatever I wanted to let's do it. I felt she had my back. She would, whatever I wanted to do, come on, let's go do it. Let's get it done.
I heard a smile though. Like, when you started talking, I heard a smile. Did you smile?
Yeah, I did.
Why?
Because, only reason I couldn't be with that girl, like I was telling you earlier, and I think we would have been a whole lot better, but she didn't want me to do the time with my kids. So that was the throw off with me, with her.
Okay, but before we get into that, the throw off, I want to know the smiling part. I want you to go back to that, because the minute I said, can we get into that, and you started talking, I want you to say what you said from the beginning, because I was trying to say to you, I heard you smile.
Yeah.
Like that made you
She
happy.
just do some things. I mean, she made me just feel a little bit special.
Like what?
I mean, whatever. I mean, even with her kids, it would be whatever would I want to do, that's what she would do. And I didn't really like that part because
we're not talking about kids right now. We talking about adult shit. I'm talking about what made you get that smile.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
That's why you have to listen. It'll come together. You know, a person that get out and want to do adult things with you will experiment anything you want to experiment with. That would make me, I really like it.
Okay, so that's what I was getting at, because you said I gotta listen because you started talking about kids. I'm talking about adult stuff.
Yeah.
So I was listening properly. You was trying to take it to the left, and I'm trying to go to the right. We at the what made you happy part. So it wasn't about no damn kids, because no, that wasn't it. That smile was something else. Yeah. Come on, friend. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, friend.
That girl did tell me. She said, "I'm gonna tell you something. You ever get with me, you'll never forget me." And she did, things that I wasn't really used to.
Like what?
Really, all kinds.
We grown. We outside. What you talking about?
Like all sex, whatever. However you want to do, she was game. And she gonna do whatever it takes to please you.
She was the first person you had like that?
Yeah.
Okay, so the one major difference between her and your wife was she was open to explore, is what you're saying.
Yeah. And she would, even with the opening and exploring, yeah, she would talk, yeah, we would communicate, and say like, I like to try different things with, anything. If I want to do it, she would, okay, let's try it. If you want to try it, let's give it your best shot. I got you.
Okay, so you're a Pisces, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm hearing a little shyness, but also a little openness inside of this, this situation here, because you keep saying explore, and plus she's the first female that you were with. How many women have you been with in your life? Let me ask that question.
It's been I'm gonna say probably about 20, maybe 20.
So all of them were before your wife, and then just your wife and her since these 30 years, or there's been...
That's it. Yeah.
Okay, so at 30 years old, you would have gotten married, right?
Yeah, it was about 30.
Okay, because you're 61 at this point in time, so we're doing a little bit math. So at 30, you got married.
Right.
So from 30 to 60, you've only had two partners.
Right.
Your wife and this other chick. Is that the case?
I'm gonna say that again now.
So,
kind of broke up.
Okay, so in 35, because you've been married 35 years. So,
right.
Okay, so that would also mean that you got married at 25. 26, somewhere around there.
About 26, somewhere along there.
Yeah, somewhere along there. So, and then since the time you got married to now, you've only been with your wife and this other girl.
Right.
And you're a truck driver.
Yeah.
So all the other 18 or 17, 18 females were before 25.
Yeah.
And none of them ever did anything that this one girl did past.
Nope.
Okay, so we talked about you being old school. So oral sex was not done by anybody until this girl.
Right.
Did you say right?
That's right.
Okay, I'm a little stunned and a little shocked. What else was there? So missionaries done at home, and you said that's better at home because it's what, more intimate? If I'm in your business too much, just let me know, like,
No, it's not, you're not, I mean, it was just different. I mean, it's different. I mean, different women you with, the sex gonna be different. I mean,
exactly, and everyone's different, so everybody's gonna do different things. I'm just trying to wrap my head around the fact that you're trying to tell me that it's been 2 women since 25, and the first person that ever gave you oral sex was the one that you cheated with. I'm trying to fathom how this is possible.
Yeah. And then what makes it so bad, even with it, I mean, I didn't know that she was going to do it. The girl rather have the oral sex than have sex.
She'd rather give you oral sex than have sex?
Yeah.
Okay, so then you said there was other things. So because this is blowing my mind. I'm not even going to lie to you, because oral sex is like, if we want to be on some real, it's women out that are, they're young girls that are 20, let's just start with that, since that's of age 18, 19, 20, that are given oral sex. And so that's almost like they'll give you oral sex and not give you. So then you said other things like what?
I mean, all kind of, oral sex in any kind of way. I mean, I'm trying to say it. Let me see it.
Just say it, because I want to know. Like, anal sex?
No, it's, when they take their tongue and stick it up your butt, all kind of stuff like that.
Oh, she was turning you out.
There you go.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
Okay, most men don't, but okay.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, I ain't never had that done like that before.
So she was trying to turn you all the way out.
Yeah.
Okay.
She did. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, even when I went back home, I liked it her, but the way she was coming off about the kids, that's what stopped all the, pursuing with her with it. So I just had to go back home and, just take care of the kids. Go to work. Don't worry about it.
But each time you wanted to cheat, you had to call her so you can get that freak sex.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah, if I called her, that's true.
I'm sorry for laughing.
If you want this, just call. Like, she told me one time, I tell you what, if you want oral sex, you need for me to suck your dick, whatever, call me and tell me what you want, and I'll be there.
Okay. So she was like Burger King, have it your way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And she was tight with it, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. I had told my wife, even with that, I can let all that go if we're gonna make it. If we're gonna do this and do it right together.
It sounds like you really love your wife. It sounds like you really love your wife, because if you could let it go, if you could let, the freak sex go and all that, and, did your wife know that you cheated on her 3 times with the same person?
Yeah.
Did that hurt her feelings?
I don't know. She won't talk about it.
It did. It definitely did. I'm gonna tell you right now, because I'm a gangster with it, and I would not like that. I totally would not like that. So, but it also sounds like you really actually love your wife, because you keep getting to the point where you're trying. You would like to talk. You would like to communicate. So also, I heard you say with the girl, she would let you be a father, or let you do whatever it was that you wanted to do as far as with the kids. Like, if you wanted to do it, then it was okay. So it sounds like she kind of was, all the men talk about being submissive to you. She'd let you be a leader.
Yeah, I mean, she would do that. Like, I've been talking to my wife a while back about building a house, and she never would. No, I don't want it. I don't want to do this. Everything I said, I don't want to do. But that girl would say, if that's what you want to do, let's go do it.
So she was open. So she was open. She really liked you.
Yeah. But that's the only problem we had, is that she didn't want me to do the things with my kids. And that's one thing I couldn't abandon. I couldn't abandon my family.
Right.
For, if I had to put life on hold 100%, I would have.
Right.
Because my kids, they mine.
Right.
And if they don't have me, who gonna be there? They can have a stepdad like I had that abused me as a child. And I didn't want that to ever happen to my kids. I would be there no matter what. No matter what happened, I was gonna be there to the end for my kids.
Okay, can I make you think about something real quick?
Mm-hmm.
And this is not a true statement or anything, this is just, I'm just going to throw it out there. Just so you can see, I could find out what you're going to say. So, you have been in love with your wife, and she cheated on you, and had kids that you don't know really all the way are yours, right? Mm-hmm. And you've been with this lady for 30 years. And then you meet this young lady. You meet this young lady that is totally into you, giving you everything and anything that you ever wanted, the way you wanted it. And you rejected her because she did what she did about your kids. And I'm not saying that it's right. That was totally wrong. But what if that was your soulmate and you rejected her for a family that's really not even yours? Them kids turn out not to be yours, and you're saying, I gotta be there for my kids and I gotta do this. Meanwhile, the person that was sent to you to give you everything that you needed, you turned away because you didn't go find out. You didn't do your due diligence. That's the first thing. Because you could have rejected and turned that girl away, and you still could have took care of the kids and everything else. Like, nobody can tell you what to do. At the end of the day, if they're yours, they're yours. If you know in your heart of heart they're yours, they're yours. But you didn't do your due diligence on that situation. And that girl, the one that made you have that smile, because I'm sorry, but you ain't had that smile. That smile didn't come across the whole time you've been having this conversation about your wife. But I heard that smile come across your face when you talked about that girl. And each time you cheated with the same girl. Don't nobody do that unless they like them. Men do not do that.
Yeah.
They be out here thotting with a whole lot of people. So my question was, how would you feel if one day you do your due diligence, right? And that happens, and you spend all this time in a situation that you yourself are saying was a dead-end situation.
Yeah.
And then the person that came along that said, oh, whatever you do, I'm gonna do this because my friend thinks it's funny because I tell her all the time, my situation, and I was just married, and what happened to me, and what I'm trying to do right now, and what I am doing right now, single, celibate, sober. And I told her that when I am with my other person, the person I'm supposed to meet, the person that's designed to love me, I'm gonna be like the lady off Eddie Murphy, how she comes along, and he says, well, what do you like? Whatever you like. So she was laughing because I told her that's what I'm gonna do to him, right? So you just had that.
Yeah.
You just had that.
You're right. I didn't see it then, but you're right.
And you literally said, I don't want it, because she made a statement, but you never went to check. She was wrong. Don't get it fucked up. Because you don't tell no man that he can't take care of his kids. That's weird. But she might not have been telling you not to take care of your kids. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. She might have been telling you not to take care of that other nigga kids that your wife keep cheating with.
Right. She might have. You're right. I ain't never looked at it.
And I don't mean to bring it like that because, I don't want no problems. But that's just what I got. It's almost like you could have rejected.
We still friends to the day. She'll call me if something come up she needs, whatever need to get done, she need to get done. She gonna call me. We might go a couple of years and don't say nothing to each other, but eventually she gonna get in touch with us some kind of way.
So you still out here cheating, basically.
If she calls and says she likes to buy stuff, and I know how to go about doing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So she'll call me, and that's my opinion of it.
Right.
And it don't be no get together or hooking up, nothing like that.
Right.
It don't be none of that.
Well, I think this conversation was very informative. You know, I might have been in your business a little bit much this time. I'm sorry if, you know, I was a little... if I overstepped my bounds in any way, any form or fashion. But, I mean, if we're going to talk about it, we're going to talk about it. I told you, it's the real deal Holyfield over here. We're going straight no chaser, okay? So,
yeah.
I would love to have you back another time if you'd like to come back and, you know, because we're healing out here. So, and you can ask me questions. I told you I'm open to talk and communicate. You know my situation. We talked about it and we still talk about it. And, you know, it just is what it is. So.
It was fun. I mean, you got a little touchy, but it worked out.
I'm sorry, but you be trying to evade the conversations because even in the last one, I asked you a question and you'll say something different. Like, you know, trying to bring up some kids, but you know what I was trying to get to. You was trying to play in my face. Like, you know what I was asking.
Go around. I didn't want to say it, but it did. You're right.
Talking about them damn kids. I mean, that's nice that you want to be a stepdaddy and all, but we was not talking about them kids. So, yeah, I seen what you was trying to do because you did it on the last one. I didn't realize it until I listened to it again. I said, oh, he evaded the question twice. Okay, let me not let him get away with that.
Get back and get it, huh? Didn't say this time you weren't going to let me get away with it.
I brought a pen and a piece of paper. You need to know. Yes, I did. And I was writing it down. Every time you did it, I wrote it down. Nope, he trying to go around it. And he talking about listen or nothing. I'm listening to you avoid the damn the question. Yes, I did. I heard it. But I love actually talking to you because we are kind of very similar in, you know, our ways and whatnot. And, you know, I'm thankful that, because you said I helped you out a couple of times, you know, in, you know, communication and letting you know what it is. And I'm very honest when it comes to my life, and you're very honest when it comes to your life. So, again, hopefully this helps someone. And people are not out here going through things themselves. There's stuff that is happening in everybody's life, everybody's relationship. And sometimes people go into deep depression behind thinking that they're alone or, you know, they got to handle the situation by themselves. And just listening to other people sometimes can get somebody through a situation. And although we were discussing even, which we didn't touch on, and we're like 50 something minutes in, so we probably need to wrap this up and then we can go to the next conversation maybe. But we still didn't touch on like 35 years of marriage. That's amazing. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that happens in between. So the thing that they're listening to might sound like, damn, that's messed up, like 35 years of marriage, but it sounds fucked up. I would like for you to talk about some good stuff next time. Like, we're going to try to, you know, we'll talk about the shit, because just shit be happening. But I don't want it to seem like, okay, you just bashing or any of that, because for you to be with the person for 35 years, and I can hear that you love her. And honestly, I'm always for the family. I'm always for keeping the family together, just so you know. Yeah. That's always my goal, because 35 years is a lot. And if you could try to figure it out and work it out, bring a little spice, let her know, you know, you wanted to put her tongue in it, then she might be open to bring in some spice and everything nice. That's right. You know? So I'm always opting for people to, you know, be in love, and I love love and everything else. So if it can be worked out and I can help it, I would be, you know, glad. But if it can't be worked out and everybody can go their own perspective ways and still be happy, healthy, and whole, that's the goal, correct? Correct. All right. That's it. Yes. So I would love to have you back if you would like to come back. And James, this is episode 2. Thank you. You're welcome. So see you next time on Love, Life, and Relationships. Thank you guys for coming to my channel. Go with God.